The Los Angeles Lakers are your NBA champions, 2020 NBA champions. In case Max, I know you boycotted the NBA Finals, and you can get into why you did that, but at least the basketball gods gave us that Game 5, right?
Well, I think the basketball gods gave us the completion of the NBA season. I think that's the point, right? That and was it fair and all the other everybody played under the same restrictions over there, so
Zero positive tests too,
and the players did what they were supposed to do, and it was a testament to the players, to the owners, the governors, and to the NBA itself, how they played in the bubble and how things were so successful. Right. And after a while, you didn't even think about it being in the bubble. You were just watching games. Mm-hmm. Right. And I thought that was what was so cool about it, the fact that you felt like you were just watching games and, with no crowd, and they tried to have crowd noise, but I think they did an excellent job.
Yeah, the appearance of it, we all knew that was going to take some getting used to, but when you look at the level of basketball, like the excitement and the games that we saw, I don't think we could ask for a better ending, Like, it was such competitive basketball, and then we saw individuals really spark things up, right? Like, remember back to Donovan Mitchell or T.J. Warren. Remember when that came out of nowhere? Damian Lillard. The list goes on and on. To see all these guys just put on a show and put on these epic performances, I think just made it all worth it.
We're going to enjoy it. We have enjoyed that. We enjoyed that. Now, I think the biggest thing, since we're going there, is what's going to be the next step.
Right.
How are you going to do this going forward?
Right.
Are you going to ask the players to go into hibernation again for 3 months?
That's not happening. I don't think that's
not going to happen. Well, how are you going to do it?
I think you go with no crowds. I think that has to be the initial.
Well, it's not. The crowds don't have anything.
The initial target, right? that's the way baseball is doing it. That's the way football is doing it, right?
Well, how did Cam get it?
There
wasn't no crowd there.
Afraid of?
There wasn't no crowd there.
Well, yeah, but not every arena is doing the same standards.
It's not a crowd. All these other teams, it's not a crowd. It's more about the player and their conduct and how they're handling things. I'm not saying Cam was wrong with something he did, but when you're able to introduce other elements into a player's life, those things are, they're bound to happen. What the NBA did, they took all those elements out. They took every possible element which could go bad. They took them out.
But you can't get these guys to do
No, you can't. But that's what I'm saying. It's going to be what is going to be the next step. That's going to be the biggest thing. What's going to be the next step?
Yeah.
And when will the season start again?
Yeah.
When will the draft go on? How many trades are going to go out?
Before all that starts, they need to figure out the CBA. I think that's what it is. That's what the NBA is that's the next step, I guess, to answer your question.
Right? I think that the NBA is going to just manufacture that. They're going to probably try to stay at that same salary cap. So they don't piss the players off or vice versa. Mm-hmm. Anthony Davis signs a 1-year deal or a 3-year deal, whatever it might be. So they're going to probably try to artificially stay in that same range. But it's going to be interesting to see the day that they come back. Said the trades that have to happen, even the draft. Right. For me, and for you right now, it's an odd time because. Yeah. When the leaves turn red and orange and all these different colors,
complete opposite, right?
It's time to start getting ready for NBA basketball. Right now, I am 2.5 weeks into a vacation, which and don't even know, which we've always known.
You know what that means, right, Max? You're not going to be here.
Yeah,
you're not going to be here in the winter. You're going to be hibernating somewhere else.
But we don't even know when we're coming back. That's the biggest thing. So I just think it's the next step, and the NBA did a great job. What is going to be their follow-up? What's going to be their encore to this? Mm-hmm. I've heard people speculate saying, well, there's going to be a mini bubble that you're going to be playing in, and or you can play for 2 weeks or whatever it is in one area, the East and the West, but I am very curious to see what the brain trust come up with. with this time.
I
Think
think
about
that's-
think about no
That's
basketball.
too much to ask for these guys, though.
But you think
to make
of-
them do that again?
Yeah, I believe it is, but you have to do something if you're going to play again.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to have them. You're not going to have them in every arena, are you?
But
You're
that's
not
got to be last resort, though. Right?
Are you going to have the players traveling? I mean, it's just weird. Yeah, the Boston Garden, nobody being there, but how about Madison Square Garden? Nobody there, nothing going on at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
I mean, the economic turn that this pandemic has had on the world and on the sports world is just unbelievable when you think about even being down at the Garden right now, all the places which have closed. And I see advertisement on the Garden saying June 2021. I've been there before where we haven't done anything, but that's absolutely crazy.
Right. Yeah, man, it's wild. But let's get into the NBA Finals, Max. I know you like to distract me from this topic so much, but the Los Angeles Lakers are the champs again. It's 17-17. It's knotted up, Max. You look so mad.
Yeah, I am so mad. I couldn't watch
so
it,
pissed.
and I was just so mad.
Did you really boycott it?
I was so mad. because I knew what was going to happen. I knew Miami played great against us, and they deserved to win. But then they got all those guys who played great against the Celtics went and peed the bed against the Lakers. And I think the Celtics would have been a much better opponent. I think the Celtics could have beat them.
You think so?
Yeah. I think they could have beat them.
So. See, initially I thought that well before the NBA Finals, but after seeing them struggle against the Miami Heat, they wouldn't have been able to.
I don't know.
Anthony Davis, that's the biggest reason, in my opinion.
Anthony Davis, well, we've seen.
If Bam Adebayo threw the Celtics around the way he did, imagine what Anthony Davis would have done.
Anthony Davis isn't a power player, though. He's more of a finesse player.
Yeah, no question. But who's guarding him, though?
So you don't look at him. I mean, the Celtics have done.
Matchup.
Celtics did a good job against him in the two games that they played. They beat LA.
Right.
So, and then went there to LA, and you remember the game that Tatum had there was incredible.
Tatum went off.
So,
that's probably my favorite Tatum game.
Yeah. So I just think the Celtics would. I just believe, and that's just me viewing it as purely basketball. I think the Celtics would have had a better opportunity, a better chance against the Lakers. It might not have beat them, but I think they would have given them a lot more because of the guys that you would have had to have guarded,
right?
And man, I'm still gonna look at that layup that Gordon Hayward missed, man.
You're like still holding on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Look at you. But the only reason you're doing that is because the Miami Heat lost. That's why.
Yeah. If you're going,
a lot of things went wrong in that series.
You're gonna go. If you're going. Go win it. Go win it for us. Don't and it really was. You think about it, that series really wasn't as competitive.
The Lakers series. It wasn't. Game 5 was the only saving grace. Game 5. That was incredible.
It was the Lakers. It was the Lakers series to lose. That's what really was disappointing about it. It was theirs to lose, and if they played their best game, then the other team was going to have a tough time.
I mean, once they lost Game 4, I was like 3-1. That's tough. You're not going to be able to come back from that. Mm-hmm. But I knew in Game 6 that LeBron would go off. I knew this. You know why? You know what? On Game 7, the ongoing debate, ongoing discussion when we're talking MJ versus LeBron is always, well, MJ never played Game 7 in the NBA Finals. So I think there's something to that.
What is that? What do you mean by that? LeBron won a Game 7.
No, I know, but
he won a Game 7 probably tougher than Michael did.
Right, but I think people knock him for that. People knock him for that.
How are you going to knock LeBron James for getting to Game 7 and beating Golden State in Golden State?
I'm with you, especially because you were losing 3-1 in that series. That's what put him in my list. That shot him up like 7 notches.
Yeah, man, it took him up in the pantheon when you think about how they won that game and how they made Golden State bend to their will, and they did it 3 times in a row, which nobody gave them a chance to do.